Hello investors, welcome back to the Trend Trader channel. Today I want us to look at three companies. These are small cap companies and they were depressed for quite some time, but now they are showing some signs of recovery. So we're just gonna look at these three companies and then discuss what the company prospects are based on technical analysis. So the first stock that we'll be looking at today is KAP Industrial. We covered this stock earlier this year in 2021. Initially, the company reported that they would be shutting down some of the operations, and the operations that they shut down affected the Greyhound buses. But since then, since the beginning of 2021, the stock has just recovered a bit, as we see here on the chart. So as we see, somewhere around March 2019, the stock started to be on a downtrend. This was the top that occurred there at the beginning of 2019, and then the stock dropped all the way to this level, all the way from 9 rand per share, and then it dropped up to about almost 1 rand per share. So since then, we saw that this company has had some good recoveries there. The initial attempt was stopped somewhere around 3 rand per share, and that is when we covered the stock earlier this year, around February 2021. We said that at that time, we're targeting this area here around 5 rand per share. So it took us almost 8 months for that stock to travel from 3 rand per share all the way to about 5 rand per share. So now the stock once again is at an interesting level, as I will show now on the chart. So we've been looking at this overhead resistance. That is where we're expecting the stock that it will come to this level and then have a bit of a breather there at this level. So now, as we see here on this week, it attempted to break above this level, but that breakout didn't go through. As we see, the stock then went back to come back and retest this level. So what we're expecting to see from this stock, we're expecting to see KAP Industrial to come back to this level, right? So once it breaks above this level, then we expect the stock to continue to trade higher than this level. So what we're expecting that the stock is going to break and then it will move further up there. As you see from this level, we have this level of resistance that we are targeting in the short to medium term. So this level takes us somewhere between 7 rand and 8 rand per share. That is scenario number 1 that we're expecting. The second scenario is that the stock is going to break above this level, come back and retest this level. So once it has retested this level, then continue to trade higher, reaching anywhere between 7 rand per share and 8 rand per share. So if you want to trade this stock, it would be better to set your stop level just below this lows here, just near 4 rand per share. But as you can see on the daily time frame, we're using a weekly time frame, not a daily time frame. So if you go into the daily time frame, then the picture does change a bit, as you will see right now. Then you'll be able to have a bit of a tight stop. So this is now we're looking at a daily time frame. The previous stop level was somewhere here. It's still near 4 rand per share. So now the best place to buy, you can buy at the current levels, or you can wait for the stock to break above this level, which is somewhere around 4.90 per share. So if you wait for the breakout to happen at this level, then you don't even need the stop level to be here around 4 rand. Then you need the stop level to be somewhere around 4.40. Like I said, we are bullish on the stock. We're expecting the stock to continue to trade higher. And the first line of resistance that we're expecting is between 7 rand per share and 8 rand per share. So that's the first stock that we'll be looking at for today. All right. So now, since we're here, we'd like to ask you that you consider subscribing to the channel. And if you like this video, make sure that you click like, and also you share this video with other people. Okay, so now let's go to the second stock. This one has been moving sideways for quite some time. So the second stock that we are looking at is Numpak. Numpak is a packaging company. For quite some time, the stock has been on a downtrend as well. As you see, there are a lot of stocks there in the JSE that had eroded shareholder value. As you can see, the stock at some point was trading at around 44 rand per share, then started to break lower, coming back to 20 rand, losing about half of that amount. It consolidated, moving sideways before it broke lower at this level. So after it broke lower, it fell. If they say something fell from grace, they're talking about something like that. As you can see, the lowest that it traded was somewhere around 74 cents per share. But now that's all in the past. We are looking at the present moment, and we are using the chart to see what is more likely to happen based on the chart. So since 2020, the stock has been moving sideways, consolidating. We saw that it tried to attempt to go above this level, but here there's this overhead resistance. So from there, it found a bit of a resistance, then it traded lower. And then recently, it attempted to come back to test this level. That is where we are currently at. So now we are looking to buy the stock at the current level, somewhere below 4 rand per share. So now the first resistance level that we are targeting is this. So every time we trade a stock, we don't expect the stock to perform miracles. That is why we take it step by step. We're not saying that Numpak is going to go back to 44 rand per share. Also, we are not saying that it is not going to reach a 44 rand per share, but we just take it one step at a time, see what is the most likely scenario that can happen. So now that is on a weekly chart. So if we go back to look at a daily chart, because our entry, we're going to make our entry on the daily chart. So now we know that Numpak has broke above this level. As we see, this was the previous resistance level. The stock couldn't break above somewhere this level, but now it's currently trading at around 86 cents per share. On this day, it attempted to break above this level, but then it quickly retraced back there. So like I said, we want to buy the stock at this level. Depending on your risk appetite, you can have your stop somewhere here, which is going to be a tight stop, or you can give your stock a bit of a leeway so that if it does come back to this level, at least your stop loss is not triggered. Well, anything can happen. We see that this is the previous breakout level. We can say that this was the breakout retest here. So if this was already a retest, then we're expecting the stock to continue to trade high. But if this was not the retest, then in that case, we expect that the stock can come back and retest this level. Once it has retested this level, then it continue to trade high. So if the stock come back to retest, then you just have to wait for the stock to do that. Don't panic, don't rush. The market is not going anywhere. It's always there. It won't leave you behind. So that's one scenario. Otherwise, the stock is just going to continue to trade higher. Anything is possible. So you just have to decide for yourself if you're going to buy at the current price levels or you're going to wait for the retest. But be careful. Some retest, there's no guarantee that a retest will happen. So if the retest does not happen, then you might miss this ride. But this is the beginning of a bull run for this stock. Anything is possible. Buying under 5 rand, it's still a bit safe considering that there's a lot of upside potential. But as we always say, you need to ensure that you take care of the downside. The upside always take care of itself. So once again, just a bit of a recap. Like I said, this is the breakout level that we are going to use as a stop level if you are buying at this level. So this is the ideal place either here or at this level so that you don't experience what people call a stop hunting. Then, like I said, the short-term target is this level, which is around 5 rand per share. And then if we zoom out, let me clear these drawings. If we zoom out a bit to this chart, we can see that this level here is somewhere around 7 Rand per share. So you'll be risking a couple of cents below 1 Rand per share, only to make at least 2 Rand to about 3 Rand per share. So the risk to reward for this trade is favorable. And like I said, the stock is just coming from this bottom. So the upside is just too great to miss this trading opportunity. Okay, so this is the second stock that we will be looking at today. All right, let's look at the final stock. So some people already benefited from this position, but some people, well, they might have missed the video that we made earlier this year. So we had a video where we showed that it's possible to trade the market successfully using technical analysis. We said that you don't necessarily need to use fundamental analysis in order for you to be profitable. So I'm just looking for that video there. Don't forget, the name of the channel is Trend Trader. Go there, click subscribe, and then click the bell notification so that you don't miss any of the future video analysis. So we had this video, I'm trying to find it, where it is. Okay, so this is the video that we shared initially, how to use technical analysis to trade stocks and capture large moves. So if you missed this video, make sure that you go back. The whole point of this video was to show people that just by using technical analysis, it's possible that you can find a high probability trade. And as you can see, at that time, PPC was trading at 2.80 Rand per share. When we made this video, we had a buy recommendation on this. We set the trading levels. So for those that took the trade, we believe that you've made some coins. At that time, the stock was trading somewhere around this level, just below this. So since then, the stock has been consolidating sideways. So that video was released in April 2021. The stock just continued to consolidate sideways, but that is all in the past now. So from this sideways consolidation, as you can see here, we have this triangle. So we're expecting an overhead resistance at this level. So we saw that the stock had this resistance level. As you see, it traded into this area. Then it failed to break above, then came back here. Then it attempted to break again. Then it kept on consolidating. But what you need to note from this chart is that the first consolidation, this range, was a bit larger. But this second consolidation here, from this level to this level, was lower. So every time we see a contraction in the range, then what we expect is that the stock is going, whenever the breakout occurs, we expect that to be an explosive breakout. In this case, you see that the range is tightening near the resistance level. So the breakout that we're expecting, it's on the upside. If the stock was consolidating near the support level, then we would expect the stock to break on the downside. Again, this is to highlight that just by looking at price action, you can sort of have an idea on what to expect from the market. We are not saying that you will know exactly when the breakout is going to happen, but at least you are in a position to say that you can expect that stock is going to break above. So what we saw last week or in the past few weeks, the stock first broke out of this level here. You see, this is the breakout level. It was accompanied by some volume there. It was not a lot of volume, but it was higher than this selling volume here. This to us indicated that there is a buying pressure from the market. The stock is getting attention, and that was before the government made the announcement that they will now be buying cement from companies that produce cement locally. As proudly South Africans, we welcome that move. We believe that it will create jobs. We know the unemployment rate in this country is quite high. So if we're able to produce the raw materials that we need locally, we expect jobs to be created. Hopefully the government will be implementing some project and we'll see more and more people entering the labor market. But I just digress. So now let's go back to the chart. Okay, this is the breakout level here following this tight range. So we saw the breakout here. This was the retest. If you missed this breakout, you should have bought somewhere this retest at this 4 rand per share. Then again, the stock just moved too fast, reaching this 5.50 rand per share. So if you have subscribed to the YouTube channel, and then you just go to the community tab, you will see there we said that we have the 10,000 stock trading challenge. There we post all the trade updates there, all the trades that we have taken in the past, we have posted them there, and other charts. Whenever we are looking at a chart, we paste it on our YouTube channel. Just when you are in the YouTube channel, go to the community tab, then you'll be able to find some of the stuff that we post there that is not in videos. So this is now PPC. After that announcement, it pushed very fast, going all the way to 5.50 rand per share. So now that is in the past. If you didn't catch that trade, now we need to find a position for you so that you can be able to write that. But first, let's look at a bigger time frame. So now we are looking at a weekly time frame. For PPC, these are the trade levels that we're interested on. Previously, we were interested at this level, which has been smashed. That was somewhere around 4 rand per share. So now this level has been smashed. Now we are back to this overhead resistance, somewhere around 5.70 rand, between 5 rand and 6 rand per share. And as you can see, based on this weekly chart, this weekly candle, it broke above this resistance level, showing that it's bullish. This volume is this breakout is accompanied by large volume. So what we're expecting here, we're expecting PPC to continue to push and reach this 8 rand region. We don't know how fast that is going to happen. We've already seen Sepako, another cement manufacturer. Also, it had an explosive move in the past week. So some people are more interested in Sepako, some people are interested in PPC, but also there's F.I.R.E. So those are the 3 cement making companies that we are aware of: PPC Cement, F.I.R.E. and Sepako. And for you as a trader or an investor, you have to make your own decision which stock you are looking at, or you are interested at, or which horse you are willing to bet on. So for us, our interesting levels to trade for this stock is this move to 8 rand per share. So once the stock has moved and reached 8 rand per share, then the next level, our mid-term target is 10 rand per share. As you can see, we are targeting these previous swing highs or the previous breakout point. So from the current price at 5 rand per share to 10 rand per share, that's just about 80% move that we are anticipating here. We're not predicting the move. We already have a position on PPC. We're just going to be adding onto that position, taking a new risk, putting a stop loss somewhere around 4.50 per share, and then holding that position to see if PPC will first reach 8 rand per share, which is the short-term target, and then reach 10 rand per share, which is the medium-term target. But for long-term investors, those people who don't do short-term stuff, there are so many levels. As you can see, this level here is somewhere between 14 rand per share and 18 rand per share. So we don't know if that level is going to be reached. We don't even know when it's going to be reached, but those are all the area of values that we're interested in that we have noted here in the chart. So that's it for today. These are the 3 stocks that I wanted us to look at. The first stock is KAP Industrial. I mentioned that it has reached this area of value. So we are targeting all the way that it might trade all the way to 9 rand per share and 10 rand per share. And then the second stock that has a long way to go is Numpak. Well, I'm using TradingView for free. So you should expect that we are going to have those adverts that are going to keep on popping. So yes, back to Numpak. Numpak still has a long way to go. We don't know if it will ever reach 40 rand per share in our lifetime, but it is a possibility. And then the last stock that we are looking at is PPC Cement. We saw last week it just move too fast. Some people are already in this position, some people are not in those positions. But if you missed those trades, there's still a possibility that the share price is going to go all the way to about R7.60 per share and ultimately go to reach about R10 per share. So that's it for today. I would like to ask you that if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing and consider liking this video. We will see you on the next analysis.